call the meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Persons wishing to make the board aware of suggestions, ideas, and/or comments may address the board at this time. This portion of the meeting, during which oral comment is held, it shall be limited to 20 minutes. Comments that involve personnel or students must be discussed in private and will be limited to 3 minutes. Please keep comments appropriate and respectful. Anyone like to speak? Okay, we'll move on. Performance Services.
Okay, yeah, if we
is
could
here.
interrupt
Yes.
real quick. Tony and Pete from Performance Services are here, and if you recall, back in 2015-16, we worked with Performance Services on our building project, and back in November at the Superintendent's Conference, I was fortunate enough to win a $1,000 scholarship from Performance Services, so they were generous enough to come present that today, so I'd like to turn it over to Tony and Pete for just a second.
That's how it works. You just provide a $1,000 donation.
So,
I didn't let you speak without glaring at you, but is this the best place to stand?
yeah,
Okay.
that's great.
Thank you, Dr. Anderson. Definitely appreciate the kind intro. School board members, thank you just for a few minutes of your time tonight. So, yeah, just appreciate the past partnership, but really excited just to kind of present this donation tonight. And I do want to kind of share, because it's one of those, Performance Services, like 95% of what our company does, the work that we do, is with K through 12 public schools. So when we do our sponsorships or different levels of support for like conferences and groups, it's for those groups that really support the work of public education. In addition, as far as when we do donations, we want 100% of those proceeds to kind of go back to the schools directly. So go back to your students, to the programs, the local programs that you all support. So so we're here tonight just to kind of say, thanks for the past partnership and to say congratulations. This is a ceremonial check for $1,000 to a South Central Schools Foundation of your choice. And as soon as I know we'll be coordinating on, I think you may have some ideas, we will send that check directly to you all, and we'll get that moving as soon as possible. So we just wanted to be here tonight and just kind of share that positive news with you all and say congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I'm planning to do a superintendent scholarship this year. So I think the plan is to do 2 $500 scholarships, maybe one to a student who's pursuing a degree in education, and then another to any student that's pursuing
Alternative. Okay.
the workforce or college. So
Okay.
Mrs. McSparron is helping me put together an application process, and so that at least is the plan. So unless you guys had some other plan for this, we'll do a superintendent scholarship at Senior Awards Night in
Seems
May.
like a little
So-
bonus to the business manager.
But yeah, if you don't mind, can we get a quick picture real quick with everyone?
Oh,
You
all
want
of us?
Yeah,
to just come back here, Tony?
I'll let you hold it up front. I'll just walk behind you all.
Want us
Is
to
that okay?
sit? You
Oh,
want
you
us
gonna
to
take the
sit?
picture,
I
Pete,
guess
or you
we
want to
need
get in
to
the
stand.
picture?
I'll take the picture.
You can hold that right there if that's okay.
Ah, come on. You wore a shirt and everything.
Oh, he did. He wore long sleeve shirt. He wore his Sunday clothes.
Okay, guys.
Pete, you put you on that side there.
Center in.
You guys are pies.
Yeah, we do.
Stick around. You
Yeah, stick around.
No, if you go on that side of them, I think that worked good.
Does that work better?
Yep. 1, 2, 3. One more. Good.
Thank you.
He's trying for that technology.
I appreciate it. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Great to meet
Thank
you.
you.
I know it's enticing. It's just,
Yeah,
it's
it
a dry,
is.
it's a dry race for it. I'm really excited. The real check is on the way.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank
They
you.
use it all the
Appreciate it.
time.
290 school districts, we gave away 5.
Yeah.
You got one of the 5,
Oh,
so.
great.
Thanks, Pete.
I got one of those big ones.
Yeah.
Those are about the size of field checks at work.
5 out of 290 something?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and we always tell our guests, you're welcome to stay for the meeting if you'd like. However, no one will judge you if it's time to step out. So
We've got time.
All up to you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Have a safe trip.
Okay, we go on to reorganization of the board. So we just open up for.
Do you have a like a spreadsheet there with you for Crystal? Do you have that? Yeah. Could you give that to
Oh, okay.
Mrs. Allen to?
Yeah.
Jerry, you
Thank
got
you.
any objection to leaving it all alone? You all right?
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay, so we'll open up nominations for president.
I nominate Deb Allen.
I'll second it. I second, I third.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carried.
That was your chance, Deb.
Okay, nominations for vice president.
We'll nominate Jake Wade.
I second.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Welcome aboard, Vice President.
Thank you.
Nominations for secretary. I'll nominate Brian.
I second.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nay. Motion carried. Deputy secretary.
I nominate Sherry.
I'll second that.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nay. Motion carried. Superintendent recommended the appointment for Buzz Schultz for corporation treasurer. Do I hear a motion? I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
For sure, his name was the man.
Yeah, there should be some on there.
Oh, more, okay. I'm new. Okay, corporation deputy treasurer. Recommend the appointment of Emily Holman.
I'll make that motion.
I'll
Okay.
second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nay. Motion carried. Board of Finance president. Now is that,
That is typically just the president
and
and
Ron-
then secretary
yes.
of the
Okay.
board.
okay, so this would be mine then, okay.
Okay.
A nomination for the Board of Finance president.
I'll be Deb. I'll make that motion.
Okay?
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nay. Board of Finance Secretary. I will nominate Brian.
I'll second it.
You know, I'm gonna read this.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nay. Motion carried. We need a recommendation for the board to retain William Kaminsky from Newbie, Lewis, Kaminsky and Jones for legal counsel.
I'll make the motion.
Okay. I'll second it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nay. Motion carried. Anything else?
Okay, no, I think we
Okay.
should be good there.
Yes, thank you. Okay. Appointment Board of Finance, we did that. So let's see, that means special action? Does that mean,
That
or
was
we just
included
did that?
in
Okay.
that, so you're good.
Financial report, information only.
So at the end of the 2025 year, our balances in our five main accounts. Education was up to 208,998.22. Debt service was at 224,507.11. The severance bond the severance bond was at 82,814.90. Operations fund was at 453,889.17, and then we have $1,005 in the rainy day fund. So we were able to get all of those funds up from the previous year, and we're still working towards getting them a little higher towards the at the end of the year. So it makes us look much better. Moving forward, we can make better decisions going forward as we keep an eye on that. We had one investment that we had for $1,500. It ended up earning $6.05 to date on interest, which in its total existence it has raised $257.32 in interest. The reason why the interest is so low is because we refinanced it in June, and we haven't seen the interest for those 6 months yet. They told us that we'd get a better investment if we did that route. So we're still waiting to see what that means. It's only $1,500, so I wouldn't assume that it's going to be astronomical, by no means at all.
The reason that so there's the one small investment that's been there for, I mean, probably as long as you've been.
Yeah, it was there when
it was there when I started as well. But the reason we don't recommend putting any of the other monies into like CDs or anything is because the investment percentage that Everwise Credit Union has been providing has been higher than what we would get in a CD. So the investment income that we earn on our accounts is actually higher just being in the accounts as they are than we would get from a CD. So do you know off the top of your head?
That's what I was going to read next.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So in our operating checking account, the interest earned for 2025 was $36,550.71. The payroll checking, which is just an account that we use our payroll for, so we transfer money in and it immediately goes out. So there's not money sitting in there regularly. It had $617.29 of interest. The rainy day account had $42,302.86 in interest, and then the construction account, which was just for our construction project that we had last year, made $26,794.78. And I meant to add all those up, but I believe it was $96,000 total in interest. And so, like Dr. Anderson was saying, we get a much better return just by leaving our money in those accounts and letting the bank give us interest monthly than it is to put them in CDs, because we have looked at that option as well. So
And it's readily available.
yeah, we don't have to
Tie it
wait
up.
2
Yeah.
months or 6 months or whatever in order to cash it out. So that is the financial report.
Okay, thank you. Questions, comments for Mr. Schoaf? Okay, amended resolutions to transfer funds from education fund to operations fund.
Yeah, so what that is the state allows a 15% transfer from education when you get your basic grant every month. It comes around the 15th. You're allowed to transfer up to 15% of that money into the operations account. So the resolution would be to allow a transfer of up to 15% of that money from education to operations. And it's used to offset costs that used to be in the general fund but are now considered an operations fund when they separated that in 2019. So the state decided that about 15% of that money now is considered operational. So we make that transfer monthly of that 15%. So it's just resolutions allowing us to do that.
You said up to 15. Do we typically do 15?
So we are at 12.2 right now.
Okay,
I believe the last time we looked at it.
okay. Okay, this is action requested, so we need to make a motion to accept the amended resolutions and transfer the funds.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries 5-0. Girls flag football.
Yeah, so Mr. Wilhelm, Mr. Mills, and myself have met with representatives from the Indianapolis Colts. They are supporting girls flag football throughout the state of Indiana. I believe NFL teams across the country are supporting it in their home states. When I was at the Bears game Saturday, I heard a little bit about some of the flag football, and there are actually some flag football teams that participated at halftime down on the field, which was pretty cool. So After, lots of deliberations on whether or not we could support adding another, varsity sport. This is an emerging sport right now through the IHSAA, but will become a regular sport, just like, boys volleyball went through that process. There's girls wrestling, which we don't have, but the IHSAA offers. There's been some other sports that have been added. The Indianapolis Colts are offering a benefits package essentially to start a program, which is $10,000 in value. Some of that is in equipment, and then some of that is in cash or not cash, but a check to, support, Jake's friend Cash. But some of it is funding to support the needs of the program. Some of it is just directly to equipment, uniforms, et cetera. And so after some, deliberations and, excitement among, some students who love to participate in our Powder Puff flag football each year, Mr. Wilhelm wrote up a recommendation for your consideration of approval to add girls flag football as a varsity sport starting this fall of 2026. So it is a fall sport.
So is it gonna run against volleyball?
It will.
Both at the same time
Yeah.
then? Okay.
Mhm.
So people won't play both, they'll just probably typically
mean-
play one or the other?
Yeah, there's always possibility of playing both. We've
Okay.
had that a lot over the years.
Okay.
It kind of depends on schedules and stuff, but
Well, track and
Um,
softball,
yeah.
sometimes they do
yeah,
baseball.
and just like when we added boys volleyball,
Yeah.
like that,
Baseball
students had to either pick that or baseball or try to do both. So
Right.
similar concept.
Okay.
So it's coming in as a sport right away, not a club like
Well-
volleyball did, or?
Well, it
It's not a
is
full club, is it?
technically considered an emerging sport at this point with the IHSAA. If you'd prefer to do it as a club the first year and then consider it a varsity sport the following year, I think that would be fine. But
Now, how long did we have to do that with volleyball? Was it 2 years?
the IHSAA process for
Says
the
it's
emerging
2 years.
sport is typically 2 years
Okay.
before it,
So if we
becomes
take
a-
it on as an emerging
But
sport,
it's-
it would be 2
But
years.
it's been,
but it's already in year one this year.
Okay.
And we just didn't start.
We didn't do it, so
So it'll be
just
in year
next-
2 as an emerging sport next year, and then.
Then go to IHSA.
Yeah,
Okay.
then the following year would be considered like a official varsity sport.
There are enough neighboring schools to kind of support a schedule?
Yeah, it is a lot of bigger schools, I will say that. But, there's been a lot of chatter. We brought it up at the last Porter County Conference meeting. There are not a lot of PCC schools that are considering it right now, but, there's a lot of chatter among, schools who's gonna add it. The Indianapolis Colts were gonna support the first 100 schools to sign up, and we were number 96. So there are, 95 other schools that have already made the commitment. That a lot of them are central Indiana. But yeah, so it might be challenging initially as far as it might be like a Dumoulin Athletic Conference schedule.
With volleyball listed.
Initially, but yeah, boys volleyball went through the same growing pains until it got bigger, and they still play a lot of those teams, but
we compete against them too. We took down LaPorte and a few others,
Yeah.
so.
How many girls are on the team?
well, they suggest having, did they say at least 20?
They said 20 is the top.
Yeah, because is it 8 on 8 flag football? Yeah, so or is it 7 on 7?
Yeah, seven.
Yeah, so it's 7 on 7,
Two
so
extras.
whereas like our boys football team, you have to have 11 on the field at a time. For girls, it'll be 7. So it requires a little smaller participation amount, but they recommended at least 20. Mr. Wilhelm did do an interest survey. I don't remember off the top of my head, how many responded? So, yeah, there was a good number of, and we know that not all the kids that say they're interested will join, but there was a good number of students that were interested, so.
The same length, football, the season is football?
It's a shorter season.
It's a shorter season than football, okay.
Yeah, I think they played like 7 or 8 regular season games, so not a whole lot shorter, but,
Okay.
but slightly.
Penn won it last year, I believe.
Oh,
The University of Penn.
yeah. Yeah.
So if you have questions, happy to answer those. If not, if you would consider that recommendation for Mr. Wilhelm, I know he would appreciate it.
I got one in college
She
playing,
said she
so
loves
and
it.
she got a scholarship. I think it just opens up some more options for our student athletes, so I've
Yeah.
got zero issue against it.
Yeah,
What we built the building for is to get more
Right.
kids involved.
right.
Yep.
Yep, that's true.
Okay, do I hear a
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Just to kind of add on a little bit.
Yeah.
So talking to a couple other schools about like practice lines, a lot of them, some of them had students that played volleyball and they would do their practices after
after volleyball?
volleyball practice would be done because they can practice with the lights at a football field and do that night as well. And so they said also the number of days were fewer days of practice
Okay,
that they did, so. So they did have some crossover, where some kids were in both sports at the same time, so. And just looking here, we had 27 responses over the summer of female athletes, and 60% of them are not in a fall sport. So,
okay.
Creates opportunity.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
and financially, it's not, I mean, they're covering,
Yeah,
Pretty much
initially,
everything, yeah.
it would be something we would want to try to bargain with the, Teachers Association to add, a coaching
Right.
position or two
mhm,
for that,
Yeah.
for permanent. But Mr. Wilhelm's thought would be, to use some of the funding from
Right,
the
to
Colts
pay
to
the-
pay for this first year until we,
so it wouldn't just be
Get that
volunteer, we
squared
would
away.
hire a coach
Yeah.
after that, yeah.
The equipment is quite a bit
The
less.
equipment, yeah, I'm sure.
It is.
Yeah,
yeah.
Adults.
yeah.
I've only been to one scrimmage, but it looks, yeah.
Okay, any other discussion on the flag football? Do I hear a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
1 second.
Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried.
Awesome,
Flag
thank you.
football, girls, let's go do it. Fourth grade camp, Camp Tecumseh.
Yeah.
Overnight.
So,
Skip, take that.
Fourth grade has gone to Camp Tecumseh the past few years. It's been a really positive experience. It's really well run. Students love it, parents love it. Teachers do a nice job with it. So they are planning to go again this year. I think it's May 12th and 13th, and covers a lot of Indiana standards. It really is a learning field trip. It's not like just go have fun, but they do have a ton of fun, make a lot of memories, and I just would like it if you guys would approve that trip again this year. There's not been a hiccup in, I think it's been 3 years now, has not been a hiccup along the way, so the camp's really, like I said, the camp really runs the program well, so I appreciate your approval.
It's just a one night. You leave
One night.
early in the
It's
morning
just
and then
one night.
the next night.
Yeah, they're back by dismissal that second day.
Okay.
So they get there right around dismissal,
Yeah.
but they're able to take the bus home then.
Okay,
Well, they usually get picked up because they have all their luggage, but
yeah,
if they don't, they leave it and give it the next day. But yeah, it's, they leave after buses arrive, and then after student drop off, they leave right after that, and then they come back before dismissal the next day.
okay.
Sounds good.
Are you going?
I think Mrs. Curtis is going this
Mrs.
year.
Curtis, her daughter is
Oh.
in 4th grade.
I would like to go though, at some point,
I've done
so.
the last 3
And
years.
Mr. Mills and I- Mr. Mills
We
and I
make a
went the
motion
first
to make
year.
them go?
Yeah, let's do that.
The nice thing though too is like, because you had gone as a teacher in LaPorte. I do think it's good for administrators to go, but they run it so well that you
You don't have to do-
You don't even have to have, it's not, we have a good amount of parents that go, and then, Mrs. Curtis, will go this year because her daughter's in it, and then really like, yeah, administration is, the teachers really do a nice job too. Our 4th grade staff sets it all in place ahead of time, and it's good. But, yeah, it'll be fun.
Sounds good.
I don't have any issue.
Okay, I'll make a motion that the fourth graders go on their overnight trip.
I'll second it.
Those all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Okay. Consent agenda. Payroll claims 12-5, 12-8, and 12-19 of 2025, and transfer claims 771-794 through 71905, plus the consent agenda. Is there any comments? questions on consent agenda?
Can't pull one item or, no? I'm all right.
Oh, I want to thank Deb Camerath. She's on here on the consent agenda. You're probably going to do that anyway, but.
I was gonna wait for your approval. but-
Oh. I just saw it on there. I thought to thank her 40 years.
Yes, wow.
Wow. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Yes.
Most of the time.
My kids are in their 40s and late 40s, and they had her for first grade. So, yeah. So that's quite an achievement, I think, for 40 years.
Yes.
Anything else anybody wanted to talk about with the consent agenda? Anything? Okay. Do I hear a motion to accept this?
I'll make the motion.
Okay,
A
second?
second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay? 5-0.
Well, now that it is approved, congratulations, Mrs.
Yes,
Camerath.
congratulations.
Yeah, you just don't see it very often anymore, a teacher, educator spending 40 years in the profession at all, but especially in the same school corporation. And, you know, this is my 12th year here, and Mrs. Camerath has been, you know, nothing short of exceptional in everything that she's done that I've been a part of. She's been, you know, a first grade teacher, second grade teacher. She moved into the library as our certified library media specialist. When I first started, she was library media specialist, and then transitioned into like technology data coach or technology coach. And Mrs. Camerath was responsible for building our, you know, our virtual learning, our, you know, our educational technology from the ground up. So, and you know, we were one of the districts that led the charge. So, you know, I can remember vividly, partially because I put gas in the diesel bus on the way to East Noble, but I can remember East Noble very vividly, and a lot of conversations with East Noble about educational technology, their e-learning, their one-to-one, and Mrs. Camerath was responsible for all of that. I can remember, you know, multiple times a year working with every grade level and every department that we'd give them, you know, a half hour or a half day or like a 3-hour block, 2-hour block of time to work with Mrs. Camerath to put all the plans together. And, you know, it went as smoothly as it did because of Deb. And, you know, and then she transitioned into the, you know, the role of director of technology, and then that even kind of morphed a little bit to director of instructional technology, and you know, and just can't say enough about what she's done for the community and this school, and we will, you know, we will miss her,
For sure.
but we know she's right down the street.
You have your number?
So,
Not only did she teach here 40 years, she went all through school here, so
From 5th grade.
5th grade
Fifth
on.
grade,
So
wasn't it?
she's been here added years than that, so
Yeah.
that's quite a achievement, that's for sure.
But I've also had the great opportunities that, you know, being in the classroom, but being able to, I guess you could say, spread my wings or whatever that I was allowed to do has helped me in bringing everything to everybody. So it's good. And I'm super excited.
Yeah, I bet her
We are
husband is
too.
too.
in a
Excited for
different
it.
way, but
Yeah.
we're very excited too for you.
Seems like Ski's okay with it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, anything else?
Congratulations.
Yes.
Okay, we'll move on to donations from an anonymous donor, $400 to the elementary. From Bethel Presbyterian Church, food service for negative lunch balance, $2,500. And from the Turkey Trot fundraiser, to food services for negative lunch balance, $600. Your motion to accept the donations.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Okay.
And there was a note in your packet from Norma Garner about some of those donations, and I don't know if, Crystal, do you remember, was that Schaffner donation, was that on the last
That was on the
agenda?
last one.
Okay, that makes sense. So, you know, she figured in total $3,350 that was donated to the cafeteria for that, and then, you know, Bethel Presbyterian Church donated $2,500 as well, and so we've been very fortunate to have some,
big
some really
donations.
wonderful people make some donations to that. So I just wanted to make sure that you knew that Norma put the turkey
That's
trot
great.
on and helped to organize all of that. So,
They matched it, didn't they match something?
so Modern Woodman
Modern
matched,
Woodman matched,
like
right.
the collection that Gleaners did, and then the Schaffner family made a $2,000 donation because they saw what Gleaners and Norma, you know, was doing. And then Kenneth Hernay had approached me from Bethel Presbyterian Church. He's one of our senior students, and he was leading a community service project. And so I got him in touch with Mrs. Haganaw in the cafeteria, and they worked out the details. So
Well, our lunch balance should be, I mean, not too far in debt right now. I mean, with the latest
hopefully. I
donations.
haven't looked at it
I don't know
lately.
either.
but-
When I talked to Karen, she said that it should cover it.
Okay, good.
So, and we were
That's
also
great.
trying to be strategic so that not just anybody who happened to have a negative lunch balance on that day got theirs paid off,
Right,
but the students she knew or we knew were in need
okay.
got the help.
Yeah.
You know, if it was, you know, someone who just forgot to pay their bill but has the
Right.
means, we weren't necessarily just trying to wipe everyone's out, but it was trying to target the kids we knew needed it.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, principal's report.
Okay. Mr. Kimmel, you want to go first?
Good evening. First of all, happy School Board Appreciation Month. Thank you for all you do for our students and our staff. We really do feel very supported by this group of you guys, and we appreciate you very much. Deb, yeah, we can clap. Deb, congratulations. Deb gives a lot of words of wisdom, so I'll remember.
Perfect timing.
The aliens.
No, we, you know, always take baby steps to do things and focus on the positive. That's a big one for you, is to focus on the positives and drown out some of the negatives, because you're always being negative. But thank you. And also, Deb was vital in us becoming STEM certified as well. We would not be STEM certified without Deb, so thank you. Just a few things. January's a little bit of a slow month in the elementary, at least, but we do have our elementary spelling bee this Thursday, weather pending. We'll have elementary spelling bee Thursday afternoon, and the makeup date would be the following Thursday. So we'll have spellers from 3rd through 6th grades, and then the winner actually directly goes to be enrolled in the running to be in the National Spelling Bee. They do an online test, and then winners are chosen from that online test to be in the National Spelling Bee. 5th and 6th grade girls basketball has started. Games begin at the end of the month, so we're looking forward to just a competitive basketball. We have our Book Blast starting in February. Last year we started Book Blast for the first time. It's a company that students go home, and it's not really fundraising, but they collect emails and I think it's phone numbers too, but emails. And when they send those back to the company then can market to all these people. But students can earn up to 10 books. Every student in the school, no matter if they send in anything or not, they do get one book. So every student in the book in the school gets at least one book, and students can earn up to 10 books. So it's a neat program, no cost to the school, but every student is provided a book by the end of the Book Blast. And then finally, checkpoint 1 and 2 data I shared with you. I learned checkpoint 1 and 2. All grade levels took checkpoint 1, and 6th grade is still needing to take checkpoint 2 in math and ELA, and fourth grade still needs to take checkpoint 2 in the ELA. But I just wanted to share some highlights. Math was outstanding. Our fourth grade on the 2 checkpoints was 20% above state average and then 32% above state average. Third grade was 36% above state average on checkpoint 2. Fifth grade was 37% above state average on checkpoint 2, and sixth grade was 24% above state average on checkpoint 1. So all the grade levels way outperformed the state. It was really nice to see 5th and 6th at a high level, because typically 5th and 6th will start to tail off. I think it's that age. Statewide they tail off as well. Not just, that's not a South Central trend. And then ELA, we were closer to state average, still above in almost every grade level. I think with the new reading adoption, it's just an adoption year, and that often happens. And then the move towards science of reading, that's still a new process for everybody in the state. State averages are very low. So we are above state average, and like I said, in most. I do want to highlight 6th grade. Once again, 6th grade is usually a year that for the state does start going down. And for us, we were 9% above state average for checkpoint 1. So there's a lot of positives going on. We know what areas we need to improve upon, but math we're doing really well, and we want to keep pushing forward with that for sure.
Any questions for Mr. Kimmel? Thank you.
All right,
Mr. Mills?
Happy New Year officially, since now we're back in 2026 here, and happy School Board Appreciation Month. As I can echo everyone in this room, we're very grateful to have you guys as an amazing board that you are, and very lucky to be able to have such a supportive group of individuals that know what is best for kids. And, you know, I can't say that enough for the appreciation I have for that. Also, congrats to Deb on an amazing career, and can't wait to see what your future endeavors are. You know, I'm sure you're going to run lots of fun adventures. So.
More goats.
More goats. All right, so quite a few things. Actually, January is not the slow time for the high school. It's a little opposite of the elementary. So as you saw on my report here, we have our Sunday bar coming up tomorrow, where we're celebrating all of our A's and B's of our students for the first semester. So if you are out and about and you want to help serve some ice cream, or just see kids eating ice cream and having a good time for being great students, that'll be tomorrow afternoon, pending weather, obviously. I've got to throw that out there since that's out there now. As well as our spelling bee will be on Thursday. Hopefully we're having that, but the same plans are in place where if we are canceled or delayed, we have a backup plan for that as well. It'll be the same dates that Mr. Kimmel echoed. So if the bee is delayed, if we're delayed that day, it's still the same time for us. It's going to be 11 o'clock for us, but if it's canceled, we'll be on the 22nd at the same time. So just punt a week later. We do have our winter pep session coming up. It'll be at the end of the month. It's going to be on a pretty big day. It's the varsity girls and boys PCC or doubleheader that we have. We aren't hosting that game. We're going to that game that day, but it's also the last Friday before girls sectional basketball. So Mrs. Santana and myself and Mr. Wilhelm are kind of spitballing some ideas of some fun things to do on that day in the afternoon for our pep session. So we'd love to have you guys there if you're looking to do something on a Friday afternoon. As well as, I know this is a little bit in advance, but I know by the time our next board meeting happens, this will already have occurred, but I want to just put it on your radar there. Our coronation for our Snow King and Queen will be on the 5th of February at the halftime of the varsity boys basketball game. And then our dance is going to be on the 21st. It was just kind of scheduling wise, it's just kind of a little funky split there. We've tried to do it where we've done a dance on a Friday night and things like that, and it just wasn't quite the good turnout for that. Saturday night's a little bit better for that, and just how the schedules line up this year, that was the best that we could kind of throw out there at that. And so the dance is going to be on the 21st from 7 to 9. It's a little earlier done, but typically kids are done with the dance around 9 o'clock anyways. They usually are calling for their rides around that time, so we feel 9 o'clock was a good spot to stop. And then we're actually doing our auditions for our upcoming spring play, which is going to be the play that goes wrong. I was told by all the kids that are excited about it, it's purposeful, that there are going to be bad acting in this play, is what it's supposed to be. So I said, all right, I'm looking forward to that. But auditions will be tomorrow, and then the play will be actually towards the end of March, on the 20th to the 22nd, just before spring break there, about a week or two. For curriculum-wise, we aren't quite done with Checkpoint 2, so I don't have that data to share from, to see how our students from 7th and 8th grade have improved from the first half of the year, but that will be done on the 28th, so by the next board meeting we'll have our data points for that, so hopefully we can keep building off the positive momentum that we had in the first half of the year, which I'm sure that we will. We also are starting our WIDA testing this week. I know we have a couple kids on the elementary side, but a few of our foreign exchange students as well on the high school side get that. So there's a lot of testing that just kind of comes right at it here in January. The other thing I think it was last month we had was the work-based learning. Students that came in and shared their endeavors of how well that they've received the program and how meaningful those experiences have been. And we're doing a call-out meeting tomorrow for that, and I was just looking at the data of how many kids of our current juniors are signed up for that. It's actually, currently we have 24 of our junior class, 24 students from junior class are signed up, which is about 35% of the class are interested in work-based, which is a little bit more than what we had this year percentage-wise. So it looks like the program was a hit, a success with our seniors, and it's continuing to build onto our juniors for the next school year. So excited to see, the experiences that they're going to get, and just seeing and seeing them out in the field of work that they might be interested in doing in the future. It's great experiences for those kids to have, as you could hear from them last month. And then kind of following up here with athletics updates, girls varsity basketball. They've had an up and down season. Right now they're 7-9, kind of sitting pretty to come into the PCC tournament next week on the 20th. You got the draw. So if you're an IU fan, you got the night off of not having to watch a basketball game, watching IU football in the championship. But we are going against Tri-Township on the opening game for us on the 20th at 5:30. It's going to be at Morgan Township. And then sectionals will follow for them on the 3rd of February through the 7th at Oregon Davis. Don't know who we're playing yet because that draw doesn't happen for another week or two. And then boys basketball, I kind of overheard some conversation. We're 10-3 on the season. It's been the best that I've seen for an opening season for boys in a while, and excited to see them continue to build on that as the year goes on. They are going to be starting their first round of the PCC on the 22nd in a rematch against Hebron that they just had an exciting match on this past Friday. If you were at the game, it was pretty monumental ending of that game. It was pretty fun to see. But we're going against Hebron at 5:30, and that'll be at Boone Grove. And then I believe the whole tournament finishes at Hebron this year for the finals this year. So hopefully both teams make it to that point, and we'll see them maybe pull 2 victories of PCC championships back here. Also, I want to kind of give a shout out to Jay Huerta. He became a 1,000-point scorer for our boys team. I believe he was the 10th or 11th in school history, so that was quite a feat to be able to do. So congratulations to Jay. Our 7th and 8th grade girls basketball teams have started work already. They don't play until the end of the month, beginning of February, so they have a few weeks to kind of work out the kinks on that. And then we also have our cheer and dance teams that will be performing. We actually host the PCC cheer and dance competition here at South Central on Saturday, February 14th, Valentine's Day. So that'll be an all-day event of quite a bit going on here at South Central with all the PCC schools going all over the place doing cheer and dance in that competition. And then I want to thank you guys for also approving our girls flag football team for this upcoming fall. I know it's a different endeavor for our kids to have an opportunity, and I always love to give kids a new venue to be able to do something. And even when we were doing the powder puff, I kept on hearing our girls on the because I was reffing, they were saying how, you know, they wish that we had one. I was like, well, we might get one. I can't tell you yes or no, but you know, that I would love to be able to provide you that opportunity, and I'm glad that we were able to finally do that. So that's kind of all I got for the month.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Mills?
No, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the administrative report is the DUAB School Corporation fiscal indicators. The DUAB is the Distress Unit Appeal Board, and Indiana Code 15-13-7-8 does require that school boards receive a report on the financial condition of the school corporation each year. Mr. Schoaf took care of some of that already with sharing some of those numbers with you, but there's a website that DUAB puts together, so I show this annually, but it always runs at least a year in the rears, so it's, you know, sort of outdated data, but we, you know, do have to share it with you. So, and there's some interesting stuff on here too. You know, like it does under the basic information, it does show what the school corporation's net assessed valuation is. It shows kind of what the population of the surrounding towns are, what our ADM is. Again, that would be last year's ADM, not this year's. This year we're 990 for the first count. But it does show enrollment trends over time. You know, it shows the fall count and the spring count. So, you know, as you can kind of see, we've slowly, you know, just slightly trended upward. You know, and then even this year we're at 990, which I believe is the largest number on record for the school corporation. It also shows fund balances. These would be last year's fund balances, though. Not this year's, which Mr. Schoaf reviewed with you already. Were there any specific ones you wanted to go over?
No, I mean, when you look at that graph, just scroll down just a little bit. You're kind of comparing year to year, right? And if you look in 2023, you see that big, long negative right there. That's, I believe that's our federal stimulus money. We had run that a little too long, and then we had to correct it. So you see that has kind of taken care of it itself in 2024. So the goal, obviously, is to have nothing negative and everything positive. That's obviously the goal. The problem is when this report comes out, you have some grants still out there that you have to ask for reimbursement for. So you're still going to have a little bit of negative. That pink at the end there, that's the state. I believe it's the state grant stuff. So you know, those are kind of the ones that you're kind of waiting on to get reimbursed for, right? You spent money, now you need the reimbursement. So those kind of go back and forth. But obviously, looking at this graph, you obviously want everything upward trending, which we are obviously in the situation to do that. Like, so we've kept a close eye on that over the past couple years to get that in the right direction.
Yeah, and you know, if we look at the annual surplus deficit one, with our building project last year, or in calendar year 2024, and having some of those funds on hand at the school corporation, some of them were on hand with the trustee bank, which was US Bank, some of them were on hand with us. You can kind of see why this is so much greater than the previous year. It's because of the construction funds. But, you know, regardless, you can see that, you know, that our revenue was greater than our expenditures. So, if anyone has any questions on that, or I can send you this link if you'd like to look at it further, but that was one of the items. The other is the public corporation transfer report, and it's just kind of an interesting data piece that I like to share with you. And the DOE put this out just a couple of weeks ago, and so this year we're at 46.1% open enrollment, which is up from 42.3% last year. And this transfer report shows, you know, the information, you know, about that. So for South Central, we have 631 students that live in our school district, you know, or have legal settlement in the school district. 534 of those residents are enrollees. We have 456 students that are transfers incoming to South Central. We do have 84 that transfer out to other public schools, and I'll show you where. But we still net positive 372 kids. This is where a lot of school corporations get in trouble. See where you see the negative for, like, LaPorte's negative 507, Michigan City's negative almost 1,000. That's where some school corporations get into trouble. You see a lot of negatives, negative,
Yeah, I see
negative,
that.
negative, negative, you know, some big ones there too. So, so then it actually even like goes further in depth with some of that information. It shows you where students are going. And so, like these first three, we have 3 students that go to Clarksville Community Schools. Well, that's down on the river. Likely that means they're attending a virtual program through Clarksville
Yeah,
schools.
otherwise,
I used to wonder, because there's another South Central way down south, and I used to wonder if maybe they mix these up sometimes. I'd like to think with the accuracy of our data reporting, it doesn't do that, but I suppose it
Where's
is possible,
Clarksville Community
like
Schools?
Clark County,
Clark
all the way
County,
down
all
the
the
state
way-
line.
Oh,
Like
wow.
literally,
It's gotta be.
almost to Kentucky.
God, isn't the
So-
other school Kentucky, or is it Indiana? The other South Central?
No, South Central.
No, they're in,
Elizabeth.
yeah, they're in
Elizabeth,
Indiana.
yeah.
But one's at Greater Clark County Schools, one's at Madison Grant, which is like Muncie area. I would suspect those are all virtual students. We have one that's at New Prairie Schools. We have 11 that go to Westville. We have 36 of our students that go
Oh,
to Tri
wow.
Township. We have 5 that go to
That'd be-
LaPorte.
That might be some Prairie Township, or? would
No,
that be-
because Prairie
it'd just be
Township-
Clinton and Oberlin,
Yeah.
okay,
It's Prairie Township.
yeah.
5 that go to LaPorte. Beech Grove, again, would be virtual. 2 that go to Plymouth, which I always
That's
used
the
to know
Bussy.
were the Bussy
Yeah, the
kids.
Bussy.
But Haley graduated,
So
so
there's
Oh.
one other one.
I don't know why there's still 2. So I
Okay.
don't know who the second one would be. But, so just a handful, you know, here and there. 1 to Duneland, which I also wondered maybe if was virtual. 4 to East Porter. 2 to Union Township, which is Wheeler, so that I think are Melissa Pierce's kids.
Yeah.
But they don't
They've
live there
since moved
anymore.
out
Yeah,
of the
they
district
moved.
now.
Yeah,
Union School Corporation was the big virtual school, the one that the state legislature was shutting down.
Oh, okay.
So, 1 to North Judson, 2 to Knox, but then we have 2 to, you know, Indiana Connections Academy. So you can see these: 1 to Success Academy, 1 to Career Academy, which is South Bend, 7 at St. John Lutheran, and 6 at Victory Christian. So, but then we can also look at, you know, the other school corporations and how many students they're sending, you know, our way. For New Prairie, there's only 1 New Prairie student that comes here to South Central. But as we go down to like Westville, there are 46 Westville students that come to South Central. When we look at Tri Township, there's 170 Tri
Yeah, I
Township
see
kids that come to South Central. And then for Michigan City, there's just a few. So there's 16 Michigan City kids that come to South Central. And then LaPorte is also a biggie. We have 165
Wow.
LaPorte students that come to South Central. So yes, we have a few that are, you know, outgoing, but as you
More
can
coming
see,
in.
way more coming in.
Coming in,
yeah.
You know, and some of the ones that are outgoing are kids that just have always maybe attended another school, or occasionally, yeah, we have our, you know, maybe disgruntled student or family that goes somewhere else.
Or think
that-
they can play
that's
sports.
reality,
there.
it happens.
Yeah.
So, but we have far more coming in than going out, so. So yeah, so I just like to share that information. They do one in the fall, they do another one in the spring. I know it's fairly accurate. I don't know that it's 100%, but it is fairly accurate.
but our number just keeps going up on that 46 now. That's,
There's a lot of people that want to come to South Central. There's just not, either they
Not
can't
room.
get in, or there's,
Yeah.
you know,
transportation.
there's nowhere to live.
And
You
there's
know,
nowhere
that's
to
the
live,
biggest
yeah.
thing.
And,
We've got a very supportive community that doesn't go in and out, but,
yeah.
Yeah.
so, I've had a few talks and be like, we can't get in, and well, that class is closed.
I know,
you
we have a couple grade levels that are full and have
Yeah.
waiting lists, or kids we've had to, you know, not necessarily deny, but put on a waiting list, kind of turn away because,
Provide an
you know, it just
opportunity without
creeps
overloading
up.
the teachers, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then the last item I had on the administrative report was the creation of the South Central Athletics Hall of Fame. So establishing a Hall of Fame here at South Central is something that I've wanted to do for, you know, several years, probably more than several. I can remember coming to South Central and wondering why we didn't have a Hall of Fame. You know, I mean, in a sense, we do. When you walk in the cafeteria,
You see all those,
you see
yeah.
the state qualifiers, all the sectional champs, the PCC champs. So, you know, in a sense, it is very well displayed with, you know, our Indiana All-Stars for various sports and things like that. So I think we do it right as far as, like, we celebrate those all the way back to the creation of the school, and Matt Werner even helped us put a big picture together of the only sectional championship, which was Union Mills in like 1956, I think, before consolidation, and we have that displayed as well. But it feels like it's the right time to bring that vision to life, and the Hall of Fame would allow us to recognize and preserve the legacy of outstanding athletes, teams, coaches, and contributors who have helped to shape our athletic tradition, while also inspiring some of our current athletes and hopefully strengthening community pride as well. So Mr. Wilhelm has been working on putting together like some guidelines, the criteria and qualifications, a selection committee, etc., which hopefully will provide a strong and thoughtful foundation for launching what I consider an important initiative. So it would be my hope that we can induct the first class of into this new Hall of Fame within a year. Hoping, you know, maybe this either later in the fall or in the winter. I'd like to induct the first class into the Hall of Fame. Mr. Wilhelm has gotten, you know, like application materials and criteria from other schools. You know, I told him, don't reinvent the wheel. It's not necessary. Lots of schools have Hall of Fames already. Let's look at what they do and pick and choose what we think will fit best for here. And so we've got a running document already of, you know, different things that, you know, that we're trying to work through as far as the purpose, you know, what the qualifications might look like, who might be on a selection committee, you know, when the recognition might be done, you know, just different things like that. So we're trying to work through all of those, but, you know, I wanted you to know that we're still kind of putting that together and putting some thought into it. But you know, I think it's the right time to do this, and it's going to be hard choosing the first class because there are a lot of deserving folks that will you know, need to be considered. So, yeah, we've got a state finalist sitting in the room. So, and as a matter of fact, like I even suggested to Mr. Wilhelm that like maybe our inaugural class might be bigger than what we normally do from year to year. You know, because I do think it's going to be extremely difficult to
When you're
really
looking at
narrow it
60
down.
years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, you're not just looking at a few people, you've got a lot.
Right. And so maybe the first class is, you know, 8 or 10, and then the next ones are, you know, 4 or 5.
That's what most schools do,
just-
take in just a couple
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah.
I know others have started with like nominations.
Yeah,
So
and
you
I-
had to be nominated,
Mhm.
so it wasn't like you
Is
were.
it nominations or an application?
I think we're going to do
Yeah.
nominations. I think we're going to put together a Google form,
Okay.
basically. And actually, Mr. Wilhelm started one. He started a
Okay.
Google form that we can put on our website, put on social media for, you know, people to make nominations and try to provide as much, you know, information about that person as to why, you know, they should be selected. But, you know, we're hoping that maybe Matt Werner, actually I think Matt Werner accepted the invitation to be on the selection committee.
Okay.
So that we have our, you know,
Yeah.
local
He's pretty knowledgeable,
historian
though,
who's
too.
very
Very
knowledgeable,
knowledgeable about stuff.
help with
Yes.
that.
And you know,
So,
my thought is, if you're going way back to 56 or whenever, it might not be too difficult because those people might not even be here anymore.
Yeah, but
But
schools,
you can induct them
yeah,
in.
schools
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
still
Posthumously,
induct
Well, that's
posthumously,
true.
yeah, you can.
Hall of Famers that, you know, might not still be with us. So, because I could
Yeah.
definitely see that, you know, like a Glenn Rosenbaum comes to mind.
Right.
You know, he brought me his letter sweater just last week to put it,
Oh,
and if you
dear.
haven't seen the
Oh,
new
it looks
No, I
history
didn't
of
see
South
it.
Central
amazing.
Case out there, make sure you check it out. Danielle Adams, who's runs the county museum and is a South Central graduate. She was one of our Lilly scholars. She has worked really hard on it. So it's not completely
Looks
done. I
nice,
think
though.
she still has a few more things she wants to do, but there
There's
was that
cords
committee
out there
that
and
worked on that. It was Cheryl Gardner, Matt Warner, Jim Jessup, Danielle
Bruce
Adams.
Johnson in on that, and I don't think it was.
He might have
He might
been,
have.
yeah. And I attended a meeting or two, but Danielle really did all the others did the legwork, help raise some funds, collect items, and then Danielle put it all together. So,
Yeah, it looks very nice.
but yeah, Glenn brought me his letter sweater last week in case we wanted to use it, and you know, of course, he was a major leaguer, so I could see. He didn't graduate from South Central though. He graduated from Union Mills, so
But
that'll be
still.
something we need to consider.
Yeah.
You know, is do we take, you know,
I
nominees
would-
from
I
before
would,
consolidation?
Well,
Which how do you not
how do you
I
when you
not?
have a
Yeah.
major leaguer in there?
All three schools should
Yeah.
be included,
Yeah,
Clinton, Hannah.
yeah.
Yeah, which is also why we wanted to do that display case, just so nobody ever forgets about the, you know, where we came from.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
It's-
I'll vote for it.
So if you have questions, or if you think of questions along the way, we're still working on, you know, putting everything together, but I wanted to get, you know, your blessing to start, you know, advertising this in the near future. You know, we'd like to make sure we give a long enough period of time to accept nominations, you know, like at least a month, if not 6 weeks, 8 weeks, to accept, especially initially for the first time, accept nominations and, you know, and then some of the other ideas like, you know, there's a school corporation that we saw that does, once you're nominated, you're in the pool for 5 years.
Oh, okay.
So even if you don't get inducted that year you get nominated,
Maybe next
You
year.
may
you
be
stay in the
next year.
pool. So, you know, there'll be a lot of nuances to work through. I'm sure we won't, you know, figure it all out right away, but,
Learn as you go, type
Yes.
of thing.
but,
Okay.
but I think it'd be a
Sounds
great
good.
thing to do.
Okay. It's action, so we need a motion made for the creation of the Hall of Fame.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
I'll second it.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. 5-0 carried.
Okay.
And thanks so much. And that concludes my administrative report.
Other items before the board. We need to talk about the permanent flag in the North Gym.
Yeah, I brought this up just because our home game versus Couts last month, the flag didn't come down. I'm not sure why, miscommunication or whatever, but just we were all staring there at the big black box just waiting as the song was played,
Was
so.
it broken or was it just not coming?
I
It
Now,
just
someone
didn't come
flipped the
down?
breaker off,
Okay.
Oh,
so
okay.
we have PTSD. I wasn't even there, and I still have PTSD from it now, but I know Mr. Mills does, so.
I've been worried about it from day one. Is it gonna come down? Is it gonna
Come
go
down.
up? You
So
know?
we,
This is
he
an
checks
opportunity
it,
we have is, have you checked the flag?
I check it before
Check
now.
the flag.
Oh, no, I
Check the
think you guys would
breaker.
be at it right on.
Make sure the breaker's on.
So I just think it's a good idea to have a permanent flag somewhere in the gym. Don't have to be anything big. Don't wanna,
Yeah,
take
and-
away from the beautiful flag we have, but, even for like 5th and 6th grade plays in there, sometimes you don't wanna lower the flag for that. or-
Backup flag.
And it's a
Backup
classroom,
flag.
you should have a
Would there
flag.
be room to have, put it above where the kids,
Kids
where the
sit-
student section is?
Yeah, actually, I have,
That
I
way,
There used to
instructed
be
Mr.
one.
Haggard to put
right
it
way,
back,
no matter
so
what.
it's back
There
already.
used to be
But we
one
can
out
move
there.
it if you'd like, so,
Oh, that's
What's
where it used to
that?
be, up in that
Yeah,
corner where the
and
kids
that's where
were
we
down.
put it,
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good place.
so it's back.
So it's back, so problem solved.
Yeah, and
It's
the lights are
all
on
for now.
motion sensors in the North Gym now, so there's a big sign when you open that. Breaker box now, not to touch anything. It doesn't mean people won't, because they will. But there is a
Well-
sign at least that says lights are on motion sensors,
Yeah.
don't.
But if the
Safety
flag-
hazard anyway.
Yeah, if the flag doesn't come down, then
Getting
you know
breaker
now where to
bands.
run to look.
Yeah.
You know, if the, maybe get it going again, so. So it's back, so it's okay then, okay.
That's crazy, yeah,
Okay,
okay, gotcha.
yeah, I'm sure that has, you guys were like,
Yeah, like I
Let's
said,
start
I wasn't
this
even,
box.
I wasn't even there. And,
Everybody's
just
looking
got
like,
wait
hey,
too.
when's it coming?
Maybe it's coming. Yeah.
that would be
Yeah.
horrible.
but everyone, please stay for pie if you can.
Yeah.
So to hear a
Before
motion
we
to adjourn.
I'll make a
I
motion.
have one more.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jerry.
I think, and I have thought this for years, that we are so fortunate to be K through 12 under one roof. And I observed this at basketball games, some exciting things. First of all, I saw with the girls' team, elementary girls kind of helping out. And then the boys' team has a ball boy from
Oh, they do
elementary.
now?
And I just
Who's
think
the
that
ball
is
boy?
super. And thank you for making it happen.
The basketball team is taking on like little sisters,
Yeah, so
like that.
I'm-
That's what I thought,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
been
asking
to
Doug to
program.
give me a little bit more for next month, because I wanted them to have their recognition that we did last week with the
Yeah.
senior
Okay.
night. And I want to see if he can have maybe some of the basketball girls maybe come and maybe their little sisters come with them and
Yeah.
share their experience that they've had. But yeah, that's been a great program. And
Mhm.
the ball boy is Ezra Winter,
Oh, yeah.
who's a third
grader, yeah.
Yeah, third grader. He's been the ball boy for the boys basketball team for
Oh, he has been.
a few weeks now. So it is really good to see the collaboration of the two sides.
Oh, yeah.
with that. So,
That's neat.
Yeah, and it happens all day, every day, which is awesome. You can't walk the high school halls, or, well, really either hall, but you can't walk the high school halls without seeing elementary kids, whether they're going to PE class, cafeteria, to go work with, Mr. Cipher, Mr. Bailey on a project or something like that.
Program, that is run by an outside organization, but we use our own high school students for kids that just need a mentor within the building. I think they say 28. I think we have 28 matches this year, which is fantastic.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
Good stuff.
Yep.
Anything else? Anybody else want to have to say anything or bring up anything else? Okay, did we,
I'll make the motion to
okay,
adjourn.
second.
A second?
All those in favor say aye to adjourn.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed nay. Meeting adjourned.